All it is you've taken away the choice from the networks and given the person the choice to watch their own material, the whatever they want at any given time. It just removes networks eventually because nobody's watching network TV anymore.
Yeah,
Now they're all
nobody
watching
cares.
streaming.
In fact, I think like everything on broadcast is going to eventually, it's going to be kind of, because if you notice, like if you have an outside antenna and you're picking up local things now, what they do is now they give you one sort of standard HD channel, and then they shave off the quality so they can have a whole bunch of like lower quality like infomercial channels and things like that, so that they're making, and eventually they're going to take that network thing away, and it's going to be like 12 to 15 channels of just infomercials and bullshit, and they probably make more money with that than they would with an actual like network like lineup and commercials, because they just put local commercials
probably.
Oh, someone's pouring a beer or pop. I don't know which.
Just Diet Coke.
A
little
just
Diet
for
Coke.
the taste of it.
You hear that? Did you hear it?
Bush Light.
Meanwhile, I'm here with
Light.
Meanwhile, I'm here with my like store brand stuff to save money, which is actually really good.
Dude, you knocked Bush Light. Shit got expensive. It's like $9 for a 12-pack now.
Oh yeah, and I gotta say, like, okay, so my local store, when you want to get Pepsi products, they make it extra. I usually used to get 12 packs, and you'll have like your club card, and you'd use that, and then you can get like three, like buy two get one free, buy two get two free, things like that. Well, now you can't use the damn card. You have to go through some sort of special app to get the discount.
We got the same shit here.
And it's like, but it seems like it's just
fucking shit here.
Most of their stuff is card. That's fine. I love that. It's like, and I know why they want to do it. It's because they want to get all up in your Facebook and find your shit. I think that's what they want. They want to be able to sell you stuff. And I'm like, fuck you. So now I just, instead of getting the 12 packs, instead of the 12 packs, I just get the card still works on like 2-liter bottles. So I just get the 2-liter bottles. Fuck you.
You see, here's the thing. He's cracking that Diet Coke. I am cracking that Bush Light. I'm cracking number 7. Right.
Oh, Froelich,
number 7.
I have beer in the fridge. It's in bottles.
Why can't you drink with me, dude? At least, hey, don't make me seem like an alcoholic. You should have a beer with me. That way I can be socially drinking.
I've got to be sober today because I just do. I decided that December.
And I do my best work. I do my best work when I've been drinking.
I've been drinking, but you know what? I don't have Bush Light or fucking Mickey's Big Mouth or whatever the hell you guys drink over there. I have Samuel Adams Winter Ale.
How do you function when you're all fucked up on drugs?
I'm fucked up.
You gotta remember, dude. You gotta remember. Hey. Me and you, Anderson, we're both legal where we're at. Believe me, drugs are fun.
Legalize it, man.
Drugs are fun.
Look, just because one can do a thing does not stand to reason one should do that.
Get up, stand up. Stand up for your right.
There's a whole bunch of things I could be doing, but I'm not doing them because I want to stay healthy. I want to look good. I'm 53.
You also don't want to spend money.
And I don't want to spend money either.
And you don't want to spend money.
This shit gets expensive.
With Aliens and Predator, I mean, we're talking about film stocks. This is relevant to the conversation. That's the thing about Aliens and Predator. They both have that stupid high fucking speed film stock that causes a grainy fucking picture.
Well, I will defend that new 4K transfer of Aliens. I know it's not really necessarily true to what it looked like, but it looks like it could have been shot yesterday. I know people get up.
I'm gonna
up their ass about the act.
I'll defend the restoration of Predator. That's how Aliens should have looked.
Whoa.
Can I just say? I just want to say, I don't like it when we improve. I think things should remain a product. I'm happy with my Alien box set that I have. I have every movie up to Covenant, and I like the way it looks because it's a product of its time, and it's important. And you mentioned Anderson. You mentioned the film stock issue. The reason of that is because it's cheaper to shoot with faster speed film because you use less lighting and it's less of a headache and less of a pain in the ass, and plus you can push it in developing, and you can mess with it all you want.
I think part of it is because
that's why they did it, and also it's cheaper. That film stock is
James
cheaper.
Cameron at the time, he said like he was convinced, or he thought that not shooting in widescreen was better for some reason, and I think it's maybe he wanted a certain look.
Let's say, hold on, let's just say flat for sake of argument.
Yeah.
Let's say flat.
But I mean, like, I don't think he would have shot. I don't think at that time. I think he may have actually gone. That may have been like the one time he went Panavision, And if he'd done that, maybe they would have given him different film stock if he was shooting in Panavision with the lenses. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, but Fox had him under a microscope. They basically said,
"Oh,
"Look, we're gonna
Fox
let you
has
do
all
your
kinds of issues." Is like there.
Yeah,
I've noticed.
microscope. That was microscope.
Yeah. I mean, he made that thing for $18 million. It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
But at
you had
the
to,
same
again, you
time,
had to be a lot more innovative. with less
but for
money.
Lawler, I'm going to say this much. Okay, I agree. I do like how Aliens looks on Blu-ray and 4K. I like how they look. It's one of the few times where I'll ever defend digital noise reduction, grain reduction, this and that, because Cameron knows how to do it. But but when we get back to Predator, when we get to that, that's how a studio can fuck up something.
Yeah, because it's all smeary. It's all, from what I've heard now.
Yeah.
There's that, but that's not even on the 4K. That's like the Blu-ray, right?
No, because the 4K is taken straight from the negative. No digital noise reduction, no nothing. And when you watch it, and again, we talk about that new TV I got. What did I do? First movie I demoed, one of the first was fucking Predator, because I needed to see how it looked. Yes, it's a grainy fucking picture.
But you want
know what? It's detailed, and the colors fucking pop.
Another one I would recommend is I guess you have a 4K player of some kind. It's your PlayStation. Is that what you use?
PS5, yeah. HDR10. I get HDR10.
Okay, HDR10, good enough. Honestly, with your Sony, it'll do all anything Dolby because like it will create like its own version of the HDR. It will clean up the HDR. Your Sony processing is probably better than native Dolby Vision. Honestly, taking the HDR10 and doing its business with it. If you can get that 4K restoration of Suspiria, because that is the last Technicolor movie. I don't even know if it might be out of print now. It might be out of print.
What I will say to that is I do have the Synopsis Steelbook, but it's only in Blu-ray. Because what's funny is again, don't want to get too off attention. A guy who bought it in 4K, he sold me his old Steelbook for like $40.
Okay, you got a good deal,
and I took the deal because I'm like, I didn't have a 4K TV back then, and I'm like, you know what, I'm fine with it on Blu-ray, but you know what, I have no need to upgrade because while I do like Suspiria, it's not one of my favorite movies. It's not like I need to see this in 4K.
Oh, okay.
I'm totally fine with it on Blu-ray. I'm totally fine with it.
All right, but like going forward, if you're gonna buy a movie that you don't own that you like, you're gonna get it on 4K.
I mean, yes, I've upgraded. Okay, I'm sorry, Lawler. Me and Anderson are just pitching here. You know, but again, this is.
I just wanted to say that Suspiria is like one of my daughter's favorite movies. This movie, she doesn't like that many movies, which is kind of terrible, but she likes a few. Among them, John Carpenter's The Thing. She likes Christine, and she likes Suspiria and The Dead Zone a lot.
Have you shown her Assault on Precinct 13?
No, I haven't.
It's a nice.
She needs to see that. She needs to see that to see Kim Richards getting fucking shot.
That's right. Okay, we went on tangent again. Sorry.
This isn't Vanilla Twist.
But the point is, I've been up. There have been many titles I've upgraded throughout the years. You know, because I've got the new TV. I've upgraded the Untouchables. I've upgraded Blade Runner, this, that, and everything else. But you know what? I just recently got Stop Making Sense. I recently got that on Blu-ray. I got it as part of a Christmas bonus. You know what I was told about that? They said get it on Blu-ray just for the simple fact that it's like on 4K, it really exposes the grain to a very harsh degree. But it's like if you see it on Blu-ray, the grain is very dialed back and you get a little bit more picture reproduction. So I took that option. And you know what? It looks great. You know what? The sound to me, I don't care how it looks. The sound to me on that concert is more important. And the sound carries over across both.
Although I'll say this, like older movies that are grainy where they maintain the grain and they don't clean it up. If you try to watch because I have Ghostbusters, and I bought the digital Ghostbusters. It was like a 3-pack. It was like $30, and I'm like, I'll just get this because I wanted to get the new one. So I get that, and if you stream it on Vudu or Movies Anywhere, they maintain the grain, and they don't give it enough bits, so it's all digital. It's like really trying digitally, like it's trying to do the grain, and it's really having trouble. Now I can also stream it because it's a Movies Anywhere. I can also stream it on Apple. I can also stream it on the Apple app. I think like they give it more breathing room. It looks just a touch softer, but it's like not digitally, like it probably looks closer to what the disc looks like, which is to say sharp, but not like digitally like blah, 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 blah. Because
the problem is I have Ghostbusters on 4K. My issue is I have it in that nice big trap set that came out, you know? I won't open it. I'm a nerd. I won't open it. I refuse. because
I just have Ghostbusters 1 and 2.
You know damn well how much that thing is worth.
Yeah.
Why the fuck would I break the seal on something I could easily sell for $300?
Well, what pisses me off is sometimes things are like, I bought No Time to Die on 4K disc. It was an
Thanks
iTunes.
a lot, Lawler, for spoiling it for me, by the way. Appreciate that one.
I didn't know. I thought you had seen it.
I know you didn't know.
nerd.
You didn't know.
Your review was like recently, and the movie came out like 3 years ago.
Yeah, but I didn't know Bond fucking died at the end because I've been holding off on it for years.
Well, it's a great movie. But anyway,
it for me today.
Well, James Bond.
I didn't like it.
Okay, but so I bought it, and it was like iTunes only as far as streaming. Like it wasn't a Movies Anywhere because it's like
you just spoiled it twice now. Just saying.
I saw it in the theater, and I held on to it.
It's like somebody is gonna be holding their ear saying, "No, don't ruin the ending. Don't ruin the ending." And then they'll listen later, and they'll be, "Fuck, you did it again."
Well, 3 years. I mean, come on. At some point, it's gonna get leaked.
Wait.
But like I told Lawler, it's like, dude,
did you know so much? Did you know that Luke and Leia were brother and sister?
No, really.
Darth Vader was his father.
Then why the fuck did he make out with her in Empire?
Chewbacca was his second cousin twice removed.
By the way, I am going to watch the holiday special. I'm just saying that. But, it's on YouTube with the commercial, with the 70s commercials. I'm going to do this.
I have it because I bought the unauthorized despecialized editions, and that's a bonus feature on one of the Blu-rays.
Yeah. And I'm okay with just watching the special editions on Disney Plus because they do look really good. That's a restoration done right, except for the special edition stuff.
Oh no, they did a nice 4K upscale of it.
I'm sure they did. There's not been like a 4K that we know of, a 4K remaster of Young Frankenstein.
I'm gonna say there has to have been, hasn't there?
There probably is in the
Disney guys. Disney.
Oh, that's right. Disney is being a pain in the butt. Hey, you know what? At least Disney.
What's the point? I don't understand. Disney buys 20th Century Fox and then what? Just pisses people off by not releasing product or something? I don't understand why they do this.
Hey. We got the Abyss and True Lies.
Took forever. Okay, but that's because James
Cameron's kind of a pain in the ass. So, He's lucky because if he made flops, he'd never work again. But he's an asshole and a son of a bitch, but his movies make money. So,
Except The Abyss. The Abyss was the only movie he made that technically didn't make the bank it needed to make, but home video made up for that. Moving on.
And that special edition Laserdisc.
Oh yeah,
extended edition. That's where it's at. But we're talking about Young Frankenstein.
I've talked about this with Lawler. I said that if the movie could have been released the way it should have been, it probably would have made more money. But you know what? This was 1989. He was under contract for a 2-hour and 15-minute movie. He had to lop some shit out, and he was very hesitant, but he had to deliver. But you know what? 4 years later, we get the better movie.
True. I will be writing an article, so you guys can don't hold your breath. Because the article, it's going to take a little bit of research because I'm applying some standards to a couple of movies actually. The Abyss, Blade Runner, and Amadeus, and it's about
Amadeus. I'll flat out say Amadeus. I could give two shits about because I don't care.
But it is a tale.
Amadeus is a great movie.
It's a tale of two movies though. One was released theatrically, and another one is called a purported director's cut.
I prefer the theatrical.
The theatrical is tighter. The theatrical cut is preferred. And
the theatrical cut is now being given a 4K Blu-ray release, actually. Yeah, and everybody is everybody's really excited about it. The thing is, I don't know. Somebody said something at the end of the Blade Runner documentary that I watched. One of my favorite documentaries. One of the filmmakers
Dangerous Days.
Yes, I don't know if it's Mark Romanek or somebody like that, but he says, I like either version for whatever mood I'm in. If I feel like watching the one with the narration, I like it. I like that movie too. If I like the director's cut, I'll watch that. It's whatever mood I'm in at the moment. So I don't think one is better than another. It just depends on what mood you're in,
You see, I'm divisive on that one. I'm of one mood, and I think the final cut is the best version because at the end of the day, it comes down to one thing, and it's the narration. I honestly could care less about the narration because you don't need it.
Well, you don't. But the thing is, you. It's still not quite the movie because it's made after the fact, after so many years, and Ridley Scott has done this movie like 3 or 4 times now.
Yeah, I actually have.
I have
I have the Criterion theatrical version, that is the international version, so slightly more violent. I have the later Laserdisc release of the quote unquote director's cut, which is really just sort of a sloppy thrown together director's cut, but it gets the job done.
Yeah,
and then I have the final.
Anderson.
Yeah.
I got them all. You know that.
And of course you do.
You've seen my pictures.
I've got 'em.
I got them all.
And then
I
I
got
have
that
I
nice,
have the final
DVD
cut
set
on
for
Blu-ray
kids.
because it was like 10. I have the final cut on Blu-ray because it was like $10. So it's like I feel like I have a complete version now. Would I maybe want to get the 4K? Maybe want to get the 4K? Maybe I'll get the 4K someday. I don't know.
Now you see, now you know. You want to know why I'm kind of mad at you for not getting the 4K?
Right.
In Anderson's case, you know, it was on sale for $10 last year, right?
Oh shit.
When Best Buy started not selling DVDs anymore, it was their last Black Friday, November 2023. Dude, that was the year where I bought like fucking 34Ks.
Oh wow.
They were so cheap. They were so cheap. Like the most expensive movie I bought was The Fifth Element, and it was like $14. Everything else was like 10, if not cheaper than that. And Blade Runner was one of the ones I picked up. It was $10. And I have the Briefcase HD DVD set, which is not rotten, still plays.
Wow.
I also have the amended or the better version of the 5-disc set. It was condensed down to 3 Blu-rays, or I should say 2 Blu-rays and a DVD. That being said, but I also have that 4K set, and I think the 4K looks amazing. I'm surprised you don't fucking have it. I really am.
You know,
I rarely buy movies now these days. I'm like maybe a 2 or 3 a movie a year person. I'm not the big collector like you. It's just sometimes the muse.
No. It's not even, dude. It's not even the fact that I'm a big collector. It's the fact is, dude, if you saw my Black Friday post that I made, dude, I only bought 4 fucking movies this past Black Friday, and that was because of the Amazon buy 2 get 1 sale. Like, I've been very sparing.
Well, I'll tell you.
You have sent us videos of your collection, for like it is absolutely
I'll tell you where I'm
staggering
at.
to look at, though.
I'll tell you where I'm at financially. So I've needed a new pair of shoes for 2 months, and I can't afford to spend the $50 to buy the new pair of shoes. I am that strapped.
Needs a new pairs of shoes.
I need a job. I need to make money with these podcasts. If we can do that, that'd be great, because then I don't have to leave the house. So, Mr. Lawler, please cut together great shows and make me a demo reel and make me money, and I'll support all 3 of you. Okay.
You should do some singing and try to recite some poetry.
Well, just remember that that Kiss podcast that me and Lawler did, we ended up gaining followers because of that.
Yeah, you got I think you got like tens of thousands of views on one of them, and then the rest of them were just a few hundred, like everything else.
Well, some of them performed better than others.
It's that damn algorithm, against that damn.
Yeah.
Those damn.
But the point is, though, dude, Lawler went from being under 100 to over 3. We ended up gaining that much more because of that.
And they're all earned too. No bots.
You know what this is reminding you? Okay, if you see it, to go obscure, you remember that movie Going Berserk?
John Candy, 81.
John Candy,
of course.
And he's like, the guy works at I think it's Joe Flaherty, works at the movie studio, and he's like, our movie made over, no, it was Eugene Levy. He says, our film made over $50,000 nationwide. And he was all proud of it. That's us. We have 3,000 subscribers.
Ford Fairlane, Blazing Saddles, Caddyshack, The Blues Brothers, Ghostbusters, Real Genius, Kingpin, The Big Lebowski,
Gotcha.
Clerks and Clerks 2 is a tie, and then Dutch.
So what are your thoughts on Clerks 3?
Fuck that movie. Okay?
It's actually, I would say I think it does what it should do, but it breaks your heart at the same time. That's my thought on it.
Well, because you know what? Okay.
Do you want to spoil the ending for Lawler?
No.
Spoil the ending for Lawler.
Lawler, have you seen Clerks 3?
I have not. I have an idea, though, what the ending is. I think, doesn't Dante have cancer or something? Is that what it is? Heart attack? Somebody?
Okay, you know what? You spoiled it for me, so I'm going to spoil it for you. Dante fucking dies at the end.
Oh,
he dies at the end. He dies at the end.
But didn't they make another Clerks movie after?
No, they didn't. No. You see, the only reason now.
Wait, didn't he have cancer?
Reason I can,
Did he have cancer?
No, he didn't have cancer.
He didn't have cancer.
He had a heart. See, the other guy, Randall had a heart attack.
Randall.
He thought he was going to die. That's so he's like, I've almost died. So then they turn it into like, I'm going to make a movie about our story, and then they basically remake Clerks a little bit.
Oh, that's cute.
And then it turns out like Dante's, because remember in Clerks 2, his girlfriend was Rosario Dawson somehow, and he got her pregnant.
Yeah, that pissed me off. What they did at the beginning, that pissed me off. You gave him the best ending that he could ever have in Clerks 2, and then you take it away.
But see, I like that
maybe...
because that's what life is. Life is a whole bunch of tragedy, and then you die.
Well, are you sure you're not Jewish, Anderson?
What?
Anyway, maybe this was just Kevin Smith's headspace. Because
this was post heart attack, sort of introspective.
I stopped caring after Jersey Girl. I mean, well, no, I'll give you Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. I'll give you that.
That was funny.
How about Zach and Mary make a porno?
Never saw it. Never saw
that movie.
I never saw it.
Really? You've never seen Zach and Mary? Oh my God, dude! You will die laughing at that movie.
Justin Long is actually good in that.
Yeah, but do I have to like?
And his boyfriend is Brandon Routh.
I have to go into my whole thing of why I can't stand Seth Rogen and I can't stand a few other people. And Justin Long, I mean, like I watched Tusk and I was like, okay, this isn't Kevin Smith anymore. This is some weird creature that's inhabiting him.
In Zack and Miri, he's a character named Brandon St. Randy. What does that tell you?
Brandon St. Randy. Well, it sounds like a porno actor's name if I ever heard one.
Exactly. That's the point. He does gay porn. I like that. Well, I figured you were in my demographic. Oh, what is your demographic? Not you. Case in point. Now that you guys mention it, that's going to be my next 4K tonight because you know what? Hold on. That was one of the 4Ks that looked like shit on the old set, but I think it's going to look great on the Sony. I watched Lost Boys last night in 4K. Looked like shit on the old set. Way too dark. Couldn't see any fucking thing. This time when I watched it, oh my God.
Like I said,
you know what? I'm sold. When my thing breaks down, I'm going for QLED and I'll hopefully get a Sony.
Or an OLED. Damn it. OLEDs are great too. They don't have burn-in.
Mine is OLED. Mine is the one I have right now.
OLEDs are too dark. OLEDs are too dark.
Not for me.
That's my only argument.
Yeah, but you gotta do the ultimate test. I told you, Froelich, you gotta do the ultimate test. Watch the Batman and see if you can make head or tail of it on
YouTube.
I did. I streamed the Batman when it went up on Max, like 45 days after it was in the theater, and I watched it. I'm like, I saw every detail. It was very dark.
Every detail. It was too dark. It was that and Solo are like two ridiculous.
Well, yeah, Solo
every other movie I have a problem with.
Solo is dark, but it's like
I'll tell you what, guys. How about we finish this fucker up? Lawler can hit the stop button, and then we can get into a whole theological debate about what looks good on 4K and what doesn't.